So this has been my project over the winter. It is a top bar beehive, and I made it out of primarily scrap wood. I have maybe 20 bucks into it right now. It's got cedar lap shingles and some scrap pine wood for the body, and the legs are made out of treated. And so the top bar beehive, I've made it where it will open up here on hinges. And what it means by top bar beehive is what the bees will do is on this area here, they'll build their honeycomb coming down from there, and so each one of these will be a different honeycomb. And I've got my smoker already, and this is a little hive tool that I'll use when the bees make their honeycombs. They sandwich these top bars together, so they're very difficult to pull apart. So you have to use the hive tool to separate them like that, break them apart, and then you're able to pull the honeycomb out. And here's what it looks like on the inside. You can see where the bees will fly in. And on the other side, here's where they'll actually land on the other side. I've got 3 holes created for them, and as the hive gets bigger, I can expand this by opening each of these out. And I've baited this, and by bait I mean I'm trying to attract my bees. You can purchase bees by the colony, I guess, but you can also try to attract them yourself. And I've put lemongrass oil all around here and inside there, and then inside the top bars a little bit, and it smells just like pledge. So if you spread this lemongrass oil along, within the top bar beehive, it hopefully will attract bees for free. It's got this bottom mesh here, and what that's for, it's for ventilation. And down below here I've got this board that pops off. It's just got some cabinet hardware to keep it in place, and when that's off, it allows air to come up through the inside, and also any bugs or anything that would try to attack the hive will fall through the wire mesh. Now in the wintertime, I'll just close this back up, and it just latches right there like that. Everything on it is covered in boiled linseed oil, and that'll help protect it from the elements. And then of course the legs are treated so they won't rot. I also incorporated a little observation window into the build. This is glass, and so I can come and check on the beehive by dropping this down. And I put the observation window on this side so that as the bees enter from their hole there, I'm not disturbing them. In the same way that the hinge opens on this side, I'll be able to come in over here, do what I need to do, any activities here, observe what's going on, and the bees can continue to come and go on the other side without me disturbing them. And it just kind of clasps there with another piece of cabinet hardware. So after having the beehive in town for a couple of months, we decided to bring it out to the farm, where hopefully we'll get some more bees to make a colony and take up residence inside the beehive. So this here is my beehive, and I'm going to put it out right over here. And I've had it in town. Looks like we had a little bit of honeybee activity, but not enough to really get a colony going. So I'm going to put it out here at the farm. Well, I got the beehive set up, and I was trying to put it out here. The lid fell off. So I came back out and screwed the lid back down and secured it better than I had it before. Now I got it out here, just kind of out in the woods, hidden away. Figure this might be a good place that a bee might be attracted to. Got some old timber there, some high grass. And then under here, you see remnants of where there was the start of a hive. Looks like they probably didn't have a queen. I don't see any eggs in there. I pulled that out yesterday and didn't see any honey or anything in it. Just a wax hive. But I'm gonna leave it in there. Maybe another colony will take interest and build upon that. So we did have some honeybees in that. It just didn't look like we had enough bees to make a colony. They probably just died out. Good old Texas sunset. Here's a look at that beehive that I built. It has definitely aged since the last video that I made, but I put some tin on the roof because the old cedar shingles were not holding up very well. And as you can see, I've attracted either some bees or a swarm or something, but they are definitely coming in and out of the hive there. I haven't looked on the other side in the glass, but I'm about to go over there and take a peek. But I just wanted to kind of give an update of what this old beehive is doing and what it looks like, and the way I guess I lured them this time. And this is the second time that I've seen bees in this hive. The first time they looked like they had came in and started to make a small comb, and then for whatever reason the bees died. But this time it looks like we have a pretty good activity here. So the way I was able to lure these bees in this time was using some lemongrass oil there on the little platform that they're coming in and out of here, right down there. And then in that hole right there in the middle of the screen, that leads into a chamber that has some sugar water. And I think that probably had the most to do with it. Although I'm not sure, because right now it's very, spring flush is on. Lots of clover flowers and everything, so it looks like they just decided to take up residence here. Let me come over here and see what they look like if I don't get stung. There's looking in at the hive, so I definitely have attracted a swarm here. A little hard to tell, the glass is a little dirty, but they are up in there. Go ahead and close this door. Well, it's January 2022, and this is just an update on the beehive. The bees are still flying in and out. I've got one of the 3 entrance holes closed off just to kind of help conserve heat for them. It has gotten down just a little bit below freezing. We haven't had any like wintry precipitation or anything, but this next couple of weeks I think it's supposed to be kind of mild. So I brought a little protein pollen substitute and a container of just dry sugar. I'm going to feed them today. This top bar here with the screws it's a solid bar, And so their nest is in this section here, and this is like kind of their feeding area. So I'm going to take these off. So here's the bee pollen I'd put in there. I'm going to set that outside the hive over here, just off to the side. I want to put this just sugar, straight sugar in here for them. Here's another container of pollen. Looks like they got too much on them. Get rid of these carcasses here. Some of these little spider webs up in here. But you can see I've got all my tools up here. If I want to close off another one of those entrance holes, I will. But since it's going to be warm, I've decided I'm just going to leave those two open. So let me close this up here. Leave the bee pollen. So I've got this bottom bar in place to kind of help keep the warmth for them during this winter time, and I take that off during summer. And let's get this opened up here. You can see they've been busy. Those little white pieces hanging down is some old wax that I put to help try to get them started on those top bars. So they're just kind of hanging down. It's getting a little old, but as you see, it looks like they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 combs. And they're just in there busy. I'm not going to harvest any honey off of them this season. I'm going to let them, do their thing. They've actually probably got way too much room in here, but they seem to be doing okay. And I'm just going to leave them alone. Keep giving them a little bit of pollen substitute, some sugar, and help get them through winter and see how they do this next season. And then we'll decide if I want to try to take some honey or maybe just keep doing what I'm doing and just enjoy them. So that's an update on the beehives, January 2022.